Namaskar and welcome to NFL Masala. I'm your co-host Anant.
And I am your other co-host, Mr. Michael Myers, aka Ruckshuk. Welcome
Let's
to
go.
season 4, episode 21 of NFL Masala, where we talk about all the latest happenings in the NFL with a little bit of spice. So, Anant, what was that I just did?
It's your own very little spooky addition to the Halloween episode this week. I really appreciated that. You are now, what are you? Are you the are you the festival representative for the NFL Masala now? Every time we have a festival, you have to put on a specific costume?
I don't know, maybe that's what it is. But also, before we continue, I actually want to give a special shout out to a very important couple in my life. Mom and Dad, happy wedding anniversary.
Happy wedding anniversary. Let's go.
And also happy wedding anniversary to the following people: my uncle Bob Mama and my aunt Shannon Mommy, and also to my cousin Preeti and Kaushik. So happy wedding anniversaries to all three of them.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's get rocking and rolling with this week's episode. We are doing a recap of week 8 and preview of week 9, and we're just going to keep on chugging until the Super Bowl. Starting with some Dhamakadar news. Rakshak.
Yes, so with some Dhamakadar news, we actually, when you thought like this week was going to be peaceful, whatnot, we had some breaking news. Apparently, there was a trade that happened. The Philadelphia Eagles made a trade with the New York Jets. I believe this was on Thursday, or I think it was on Thursday or sometime this week. And the Eagles traded wide receiver John Mechie III and a 2027 sixth round pick. And the Jets gave them cornerback Michael Carter Jr., and a 2027 seventh round pick. I thought this was a B+ move. And here's my thoughts about it. The Eagles, their corner room outside of Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, the rest of the defensive backs just suck. Keely Ringo has been hit and miss. Adoree Jackson is old. Jacorian Bennett is injured to hell. And I think yes, Keely Ringo, who took over for Jackson week 4, he had a little bit more success, but it's just like he hasn't been consistently well. I mean, unless he has that makeup speed and whatnot, there are games where he's like, I'm able to cover, but it's been on and off. So the Eagles getting Michael Carter Jr., I thought they would go for an outside corner like Denzel Ward, but getting Michael Carter Jr. means one thing. And Vic Fangio, Eagles defensive coordinator, said this over the week. He said that, there's a possibility that we could move Cooper DeJean to the outside. And which I think I have to argue against it, because here's my take. Cooper DeJean, when the Eagles drafted him, we found out he could play any position like he did in Iowa. He could play outside, he could play inside, he could play that middle linebacker position, safety, like a Malcolm Jenkins kind of guy. Cooper DeJean has done so much well in the slot or the nickel position, because not only that, he's a great tackler. His coverage ability has been good, and stopping the run. And of course, when you put him in on a nickel corner blitz, he is damn well effective. And with this, you're trading and to get Michael Carter. I mean, from 2021 to 2024, Michael Carter, he's been like the third guy in the corner room outside of Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. So from my understanding, he's only allowed 1.1 yards per coverage snap from 2021 to 2024. And which is a shade above an average for a slot corner. Apparently, he's only played 46 snaps as outside corner, which begs the question: why the hell? Unless Fangio wants to do like some kind of random scheme and have like I don't know outside orthodox base minutes. It's like I don't know. I don't get this move, but if you're going to add for depth, I completely get it, and they have to
That's
properly.
exactly.
And another thing that just happened is there was an extension. No, there was a trade. And I want to get your thoughts about this. The Steelers traded a 2026 sixth round pick. The Patriots gave up safety Kyle Duggar and a 2026 seventh round pick. Your thoughts?
Okay. He wasn't as great of a player, so I think this is more of a replacement player that the Steelers are getting, but also the Steelers need DB help. They need defensive help because they are getting cooked left, right, and center as we saw with the Packers. They have defense.
Tell them.
The most expensive defense in the world, and we'll get into this in a little bit, was cooked to burnt chicken levels. Overcooked in the Sahara Desert. Like that is what they were. So they need some help. And it's just going to get even more expensive because Kyle Duggar has a $48 million contract. 4-year, $48 million contract. So, yep. All righty. One last bit of news before we move on. The Dolphins have fired longtime GM Chris Greer after a string of unsuccessful seasons. And it's rumored that Mike McDaniels is going to be finishing the season, but we are going to know at the end of the season whether or not McDaniels will keep his job as a head coach.
Come to Philly!
No. He's going to come to Green Bay. You know why?
No.
Because he's part of the Shanahan system. Sirianni is not part of the Shanahan system. So he will come to the Shanahan system.
He will He will bring the Shanahan system to Philly. We have a Vic Fangio, the best of both worlds, man.
Nope. Not happening.
We're the only team that is standing up against the evil empire that's the Kansas City Chiefs.
We're coming.
Okay. Let's talk about that soon.
Yeah.
But two last things. The Jacksonville Jaguars have put Travis Hunter on IR, and apparently he suffered an injury during a workout session.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then that's all. I know there are a bunch of trades, but you'll see how it goes later on.
Exactly. All right, now let's move on to the Week 8 recap. Let's start off with those Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. At first, I thought that this was going to be an easy win. And then the Packers really showed that they always play down to their competition, even if the competition is supposed to be good. They always play down to their competition. That's just the way that the Packers roll. We either play extremely well against really good teams and we blow them out, or we find a way to make it very competitive against mindless, droning teams like the Browns and the Cardinals. So that is how this game was going in the first half. It was 16-7. Packers had 2 missed field goals thanks to Brandon McManus, even though we have Haversick, who drilled a 60-plus yarder franchise record field goal last week. He was not used. We brought McManus back, and we actually saved – there's a report out there that we saved money over the next 2 years, roughly $16 or something million by letting go of McManus for the next 2 years. So I think we should do that and keep Haversick, because Haversick was the guy who was actually drilling all those long field goals. In this case, McManus misses a 56-yarder, and then he misses a 44-yarder in the first half, making it a 16-7 game, even though it should have been 16-13.
Can I quickly say something?
Yeah.
This is a hand. Haversick, go. Shoot. We don't want you.
You mean McManus?
Oh, I mean, no, yeah, I meant
Yeah.
McManus. Dude, like the kicking situation has been so bad. Like this is
Dude.
seriously the season of what the hell is a kick.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because I read somewhere that kickers in the past 2 years, kickers have been making 50-plus yard field goals 72% of the time, but they've been missing more field goals than ever. So it's like they're getting good at sniping, but they're not getting good at consistency.
Yeah,
They're getting worse at consistency. So I don't know. Maybe there's something in the training regimen. Maybe because this is league wide that we're seeing.
it's a plague. But
So
I
we'll
want to
see
talk
what
about
happens.
that pack. But dude, one thing I'll say to this: that Packers defense, holy shit, that D line is scary now.
Yeah. So I will get to that in the second half. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this Packers D line is the only reason why our defense is actually successful, because our secondary has not been playing up to par. But our defense has been absolute. Like our passing defense has been absolutely phenomenal in terms of the pass rush. This week we generated 3 sacks. Not bad. 1 from Micah Parsons, 2 from Rashawn Gary. A lot of QB hits, a lot of TFLs, a forced fumble, and a forced recovery, and held them to just 25 points. Now, 25 may
Beautiful.
seem a lot, but they had 16 of those in the first half, and just a meaningless touchdown in the fourth quarter as well. So we mostly just held them to 3 points in almost the entirety of the second half, which is where our defense came to shine. I think the average, just take a look at the drive chart for the Steelers in the second half, right?
I can pull it up at my end, but yeah, keep on talking about
So
it.
here I have it here. The first drive of the second half for the Steelers, it's a net 2 yards, 3 plays, 2 yards punt. Then there's a 7-play, 39-yard field goal. Then 3 play minus 3 yards punt, 3 play minus 9 yards punt, 2 plays, 3 yards fumble, and then the meaningless touchdown drive of 9 plays, 70 yards. That was just meaningless. Like nothing was going to happen. When you look at the previous 5 drives, they had a net of what, 39 minus plus 5, 43 minus 12, that's 35. So they had a net of 35 yards across 5 drives. That is championship defense.
And you want to know another big thing? What I have to give credit to Matt LaFleur. Look at the Packers scoring drive. I don't even need to give the numbers.
Exactly.
Look at the drives. And not only that, time of possession and what did they score? You look at those 2 things.
Touchdowns, man. That's what I'm telling you. This is the difference. Like any other game, we would have lost this in the second half. We would have been blown out. It would have been completely embarrassing. But this time, they finally changed, and I think I know why. LaFleur started to trust Love. I don't know why he wasn't doing it before, but he's finally started to trust Jordan Love. He out-dueled Aaron Rodgers, his old mentor, amazingly. All right, 29 of 37, 363 tugs, 0 picks, 0 sacks, along a 59, 134.2 passer rating, just precision. And most of those came in the second half. Why? Because the Packers finally trusted him to actually run the offense, which is what he's being paid to do. You know, when you look at the first half and the second half, it's a completely different game. First 100%. Half, the Steelers are mostly in charge and they mostly score. The Packers are the ones with pathetic drives and they do not score. They miss field goals. They had 3 punts and they had 1 touchdown. But then flip the script and you had all the touchdowns and scoring drive until the last one. on the Packers side, and then a random ass field goal for the Steelers. So it really was a tale of two halves for this game. And it was just unbelievable. So game balls on the entire game goes to A, Jordan Love, B, Micah Parsons, and C, the best tight end in the league. Watch me say it. I don't care who I piss off. The best tight end, the best number one motherfucking tight end in the entire National Football fucking league is Tucker Yak and Cheese Kraft. He is a triple threat.
Can I say something?
An amazing blocker. He is the best pass catcher, and he is amazing at route running for a tight end. He is Robert Gronkowski reincarnate. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? You're actually damn right.
Boom.
You are actually right. Like, if I had a ranking, if you wanted to talk about like the top tight ends right now, I mean, I could easily say Dallas Goedert because he's okay. But hear me out. The reason why Dallas Goedert's touchdown production has gone up is because Kevin Patullo, with his inconsistencies and frustration that I have for that man, Goddard has had more touchdowns than he has had a couple of years. But guess what? The thing is, when you look at the body of level of work going in and out, playing a full entire season, that's where I give fault for Dallas Goedert. And if I have one tight end who could go up, supplant that shit, that's Tucker Kraft. And what I really like about is when I saw the first quarter of the game, I was literally yelling at the computer at Jordan Love, why the fuck are you not throwing more to Kraft? And when I see this, it's like, dude, this man is open. What the hell is this putrid ass defense? And I'm like, and I wish I played fantasy football for this year because I would have drafted. And you know what? I know Eagles fans are going to hate me, but I'm a realist right here. I would have drafted Tucker Kraft as my first tight end. And he would go out to town. I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't need to change my roster. Because, like, honestly, he just destroyed. And speaking about Jordan Love, there's one clip I'm reminded of, and it will be very, very quick. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The saga is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Hey, are you saying Jordan Love is Darth Vader? He is not evil. He is Luke Skywalker.
I mean, I know,
Luke Skywalker.
but I was looking for someone like now is but the learner, but I'm the master. But like, if you want to talk about good versus evil, it's like, you know what?
Yeah, no,
Jordan Love is the master now.
Luke Skywalker and his father, when they meet and they have that duel, that's exactly Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. That's exactly who it is.
Well, I didn't expect Luke Skywalker to kick Vader's ass in the first one. Apparently, I think they got the script wrong because Jordan Love would kick his ass. I mean, I honestly, if I'm gonna honestly say this, have a beat the dome moment. I think Aaron Rodgers has to retire after. I mean,
he does.
This is 1 year. I would recommend sign a one-day contract with the Packers and call it quits, bro.
He is. He
has to do that. And watching him get destroyed over and over again by young athletic defenses and young quarterbacks, it's an end of an era,
it's
man.
It's not fun.
No one beats Father Time. Yeah.
All righty. That's it for me. We won, by the way, 38-25. At the end of the day, we won. Or 35-25, my bad.
It was beautiful. And with that being said, I've never felt so relaxed in my entire life for a game in which the offense and defense actually played.
And ref ball finally supporting the Eagles. Don't tell me you don't agree, man. Don't tell me you don't agree. All right.
I'll get to it.
Okay.
I'll get to it. Like, yeah, it was a bad Giants defense outside their defensive line, but it feels so good to consistently score. And the run game, holy shit. The run game is officially back and not turning over the ball, not making stupid-ass putrid mistakes. I mean, it was good. We came no like that, and especially on Kelly Green on a Kelly Green day. And by the way, the Eagles are undefeated in Kelly Green, and some people are advocating that to switch over Midnight Green to Kelly Green. I like the old Midnight Green, but Kelly Green should be the alternate. And I will say this: without AJ Brown, without Cam Jurgens, without a lot of this stuff, this offense was actually predictable. Look good. Saquon Barkley, first carry, 65-yard touchdown run. It was a fucking house call, and it was brilliant. 14 carries for 150 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 receptions, 24 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown. He didn't play the fourth because he may have pulled a groin injury, but he sounded like he was actually fine to play. But apparently they didn't need to because apparently fucking Tank Bigsby went off. Did you see the 2nd and 26 play call?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, after Jalen Hurts takes a very bad sack, I'm like, oh God, here we go again. Bigsby somehow makes it. He gets the first down. I'm like, what are we doing? We traded him not as a fucking kick returner. He's a running back, and it works well. I mean, incredible. 9 carries for 104 rushing yards. I think it's been the first time since we had like we had 200 rushing yard, 100 rushing yard guys. Major credit to the offensive line. Brett Toth, who was playing center, because he cannot do shotgun. He cannot do like shotgun snaps at all. But when you saw Jalen Hurts go under center, the offense works well. The play action clicks. And I mean, Jalen Hurts, effective, 15 for 20, 179 yards, 4 TDs. Capitulo, as I said before, good job. Dallas Goedert had 2 touchdown catches. Devontae Smith, he was Slim Reaper, 6 for 84 yards. But can I talk about I have a Masala moment of the game nominee. So, fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts, deep pass. It was a horrible pass, by the way, when I looked into it. And it was going straight into the defender. Jahan Dotson has to moss the guy, catches it for a touchdown. And now, let's talk about the ref ball situation. And I have some things I want to say about this. So, it was a 4th and 2, 4th and 1. Eagles go in tush-push formation, and they hike it. And apparently, as Jalen Hurts is stretching the ball to get the first down, Kayvon Thibodeau knocks it off, and he recovers it. However, the referee signals it and says, no, it's dead ball because of forward progress. I have to admit, when I saw the thing, that was definitely a fumble. It should have been ruled a fumble, and it was unnecessary for Jalen Hurts to do it. I did not get this call. It was stupid as hell. It should have been a fumble. And I think that's probably going to be one of the reasons why the tush push is dead next year, because no one can learn how to freaking officiate this game. There was literally so much rough ball. And like we got away with the false start. And yeah, like O-line still problems are still there, but come on. You got to do a better job at it. And the fact that we got away with so much shit, I mean, I want to say yay, but it can't work like that. For me, like, as I said before, that should have been a fumble. That was not forward progress. I don't get that rule. I do not get forward progress. They have to do it properly because Jalen Hurts is extending it. That's a clear fumble. And I'm like, when I resaw it, but yet they called it dead forward progress. The ref blows it late. It makes no sense. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'll go quickly on defense. Lovely stuff by Fangio, especially when Jalen Carter came back. Jackson Dart was a bitch. He was a broke back bitch.
He has no one else, okay? His offensive line is jack shit. He does not have Malik Neighbors.
I was so happy that we got those 5 sacks because and I'll get to it. Jalex Hunt, Mara Ojimo, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and I have to give credit big time to Jalex Hunt. He has had 2 great 2 games from him. Yes, he had that pick 6 against Carson Wentz last week, and getting more pressure and more to the court, more and more attacking the quarterback, especially the edge rushers of Josh Uche, discovering who the hell he is. Jordan Davis has 3 sacks. He's beaten his new career high of 1 sack. He's had 3. Jalen Carter first sack. I mean, defensive line was good. Quinyanamo Bay is still full in effect, but I have to admit that Darius Slayton, that was not offensive PI, man. That was a clear touchdown. Didn't lie. Because when I saw it, I was like, come on, Q, you can't let that happen. But they give it offensive PI. I'm like, ugh. So many bad calls. Referees, I'm sorry, they suck. But I'm happy with the win. It was comfortable. It should have been 38-13, but we allowed a garbage touchdown. And I'm praying for Cam Scotabo because that was bad.
Yeah. We're not gonna display that.
No. That's all there is. That's all there is.
But,
Cam Scotabo, you are an amazing player. Yeah. We from NFL Masala wish you a safe full recovery, and get back to 100%.
Yeah. And I will say one thing. I always like to talk trash about Eagles fans. I think they're some of the worst fans in the league, but I will have to give credit to the Eagles fans. When Cam Scotabo left that field, every single Eagles fans there was giving a standing ovation, a standing applause for Cam Scotabo. That shows true sportsmanship. That is what it needs to be, right? Regardless of how much hatred you have for the other team, as soon as you see someone go down with that type of a horrific injury, they're human beings. You know, that Cam Scotabo is a warrior. He was not crying, but his leg was like this. That's just like, no. That's not how human feet are supposed to look like. So the fact that he, was working through that injury, not showing any fear or not showing any sort of
he's still the tough son of a bitch that we all know from Arizona.
So tough. He's so tough. So
yeah, and also I want to give a big shout out to Big Dom, who came over and visited Scotabo after his injury, gave him some cheesesteaks and some pizza, man. So shout out to that. Philly, stay classy, keep at it, man. And also it's good because now with Brandon Graham coming back, Nolan Smith coming back as well, there'll be a lot more, but I'll discuss more about this on the Week 9 preview. But anyway, happy about the win and to enter into a nice bye.
Nice. Alrighty, let's move on to the Masala games of the week. I had the Cowboys and the Broncos, and oh my God, thank God I was wrong. Thank you, Broncos, for actually whooping the Cowboys.
Oh, you still the boys?
I'm gonna cut out that comment, but I'll keep your laugh.
But I'm like, you still the boys? You still the boys? Like, I'm sorry, like the run game
stopped, stymied, done, capiche, kaput, niente. I don't know what else.
Nirte elle zero nehi zero nada nine no goose egg donut. There was no defense other than that pick at the very beginning. I mean, Bo Nix quickly came back from Mo picks to Bo Nix. How incredible is this? How incredible is that guy? Second year doing this kind of shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Technically, Dallas has 100 yards of rushing and 2 touchdowns.
Technically,
but like it was not close at all. I mean, you look at every other comparison. Dak Prescott probably his worst game of the entire season. 188 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. First time he threw an interception. It got so bad that Joe Milton had to come in for a series in garbage time, who had 3 passes, 4 attempts, 3 completions, 58 yards, a touchdown, and 156.2 passer rating. That was Joe Milton. Dak Prescott, 19 of 31 for 188, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 2 sacks, and a 51.5 passer rating. Just for reference, Passer rating is on a scale of 0 to 158.3. This man is at a 51.5. That's like in the bottom quartile. That sucks.
So there's a good, mid, and below mid.
Below mid and ass cheeks. Dak Prescott was ass cheeks.
It was bad.
And this is what we had said before, right? In the preview game, I said if the defense could pressure Dak Prescott, if they can get him off his rhythm, they're gonna win. That's exactly what happened. Constant pressure, 2 sacks, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just for comparison's sake, Dak Prescott was pressured nearly 20% of his throws. It means almost 1 of every 5 dropbacks he was being pressured. Do you know what the pressure rate was for Bo Nix?
No.
3%. He could cook dinner in that pocket. He could make a Thanksgiving feast in that pocket that he had because the Dallas defensive line are made of ass cheeks and nothing else. Doo-doo dog shit. That's what the Dallas defensive line is. Doo-doo dog shit.
Yo, Abhishek, you want to get on this?
I also met a couple of people from Dallas at my NBA place who are Cowboys fans. Oh, would I be interested in having them on my podcast?
Oh, please bring them over, man. And I want to give a special shout out to Karen Iron, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to him as well.
But good Lord, it was an ass kicking.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And by the way, Bo Nix and Dak Prescott, Bo Nix had 29 attempts, Dak Prescott had 31. So it wasn't that much of a difference. It really wasn't that much of a difference. So it is, you know, it's a completely different league that the Broncos are in. Broncos are one of the best teams in the league. Even though and their record is 6-2. So that speaks for itself, you know. So they win 44-24. Not much else to say in this. The thing though, the major thing from this.
Wow. I'm just going over some team stats. Go, but like get into it. Like what was your point? I'm very interested in that.
The major thing from this game is Pat Surtain is now injured. That is the unfortunate aspect.
Yeah.
Now, there are reports that the Broncos might not place Surtain on IR, but he could miss 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Broncos need him if they want to make a big push.
Yeah. So thankfully, they did get Jahdae Barron. So they do have that. You know, amazing. One of my one of my best or most liked prospects coming from that year's draft was Jahdae Barron, and he has a chance to put himself into the top 10, top 20 of the league of young cornerbacks. But yeah, Pat Surtain goes out after a pec injury. And so he could be missing 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see.
Oh,
they're not planning to place him on IR, so it might be a week-to-week thing. So far, he's been ruled out for Sunday's matchup, but we shall see. All right, that's it for me. What about your game?
So I think the curse is officially back.
It's I feel so sorry.
Tell them this. Tell them this. I need to get a new hobby, honestly. Like,
you might have more success picking games for a gambling addict than actually doing solid games, dude. What is this?
Okay. Please tell them what I'm going through. Please enlighten the fans. Like, I don't get this.
Bills Panthers was Rakshak's game.
I had the
And it was a high scoring game. I will say that.
oh god.
49 total points scored, so pretty high scoring. The problem is that 40 of those 49 points were scored by the Bills.
It was you know what? I think we're gonna get canceled when I say this, but I was watching this at a bar. It was live murder on television.
Yes.
People are sickos. Why do they want to put this game up on national television? Like,
you should have watched the Jets Bengals game, dude.
Oh my god. I caught the ending of that, but we'll get to it later. But
yes.
I don't know what to say about this game. It was like the Bills needed a statement when after a bye week and 2 straight losses, but 410 yards of total offense?
They had more rushing yards. They had more rushing yards than passing yards. The Buffalo Bills.
I mean, they had more rushing yards than the Panthers overall.
Yeah.
Total yards.
By 50 yards. By 70 yards.
It was so bad. And James Cook, 216 rushing yards with 156 in the first half. And Josh Allen didn't have to do that much. 12 for 19, 163 yards, 1 touchdown. What didn't help was the Panthers' offensive line. Good Lord. Taylor Motton's out with a knee injury. Right tackle. Apparently, Brady Christensen, their guard, Achilles, most likely done for the season. Ooh. And center Cade Mays, ankle. And I mean, it is so bad. And I was looking at this, and Anand, what do we preach about the 3 things that can kill offensive drives?
Sacks, turnovers, penalties.
Sacks, turnovers, and penalties. So let's play a game, shall we? How many sacks did how many times did Andy freaking Dalton get sacked? Oh, let's see. 7 times. The man got sacked 7 times.
Oh.
Compared to Josh Allen, who got sacked twice. So, check 1. Number 2, turnovers. Panthers had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost, and 1 INT thrown. 3 turnovers. Andy Dalton was responsible for 3 of them. And penalties, the Bills. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about like penalty yards and all that stuff, Bills 7 for 60, Panthers 4 for 20. But honestly, the biggest one, sacks and turnovers. Holy shit. The Bills were so angry they took it out on the Panthers, who were coming from a 4-3 all weekly. It's like, oh no, motherfucker, come over here. And
wait.
Oh no. Are you literally bringing this out? Oh God.
You have to.
They put, what's the phrase that people are now saying these days? They brought the belt
to ass.
It was so bad. I don't know why I said the Panthers could get the upset. Bro, I am literally cursed with picking Masala games of the week. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it was so, like, I'm just happy for Bryce Young to start next week, but we have to talk about the elephant in the room that is their running attack. Like, and I want to say this quickly, and I have a beat the dough moment. Chuba Hubbard Chuba Hubbard's back, but guess what? I'd rather have Rico Dotto get most of the carries than Chuba fucking Hubbard. Hubbard is shot to hell. I don't get Dave Canales' idea of using Hubbard more. He had 12 carries. Rico Dotto had 8. I'm like, I don't get this. Keep on using Rico Dotto.
So I don't think this is a Dave Canales' suggestion. I think this might be the GM who's probably saying, "Hey, we paid this guy. I don't know. I don't care if Rico Dottle is so good. We need to run this guy." So I don't know. Maybe
no
it's
sense.
agent influence. Yeah, it doesn't. Rico Dottle is significant. Chuba Hubbard coming back from that injury is one of the worst running backs in terms of yards per carry, which is pretty much what you look for a player. Now it also depends on the offensive line, but if on the same team you have one running back getting like 2 times the yards per carry level as you are, it's kind of a you problem.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of a you problem. So
that's all I gotta say. I don't want to pick any more Masala games of the week. I am done with this. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm getting bullied by it. I need help.
You know what the funniest stat line I saw?
What?
Josh Allen rushing. 3 carries, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yes, QB sneaks.
It's unlike
he broke Cam Newton's record. He broke Cam Newton's record in the Panther Stadium.
Oh no! Oh no! Panthers can't get a break, man. I feel so bad for them.
He broke the record, the first player to run and throw for a touchdown in 46 games. A mark previously held by former QB Cam Newton. The end.
Sad. Alrighty, let's move on to some more comedy in the Punch Minute segment. Punch.
Let's go.
Alrighty, let's get started with the AFC. Chargers walloped the Minnesota Vikings so hard that Carson Wentz is contemplating retirement at a Florida retirement home, 37-10. Carson Wentz, by the way, is probably 36. He probably does need to go to a retirement home. Do you know why? He has debilitating injuries because he's been made to suffer playing for the Minnesota Vikings behind that putrid offensive line. And every time Carson Wentz goes out there, he gets assassinated every single time.
It's bad.
I'm not surprised if he calls the FBI to investigate the Vikings for manslaughter at this point, because that is exactly what's happening. Voluntary manslaughter is what the Vikings are committing on their quarterbacks by allowing that offense to step onto the field. All right. Moving on. Oh, Jets Bengals. What?
I have no idea how that happened.
Bengals.
I mean, the Jets, you won it for Nick Mangold. I'm happy for you guys.
Yes. Jets win it for Nick Mangold. Great for them. They get their first victory of the season. They potentially lose out on the number 1 pick, but that's fine. They'll always have this memory. In Cincinnati, they win 38. What is this?
30
the Bengals at the end of the first half are leading 31-16. At the end of the third quarter, the Bengals are leading 31-16. Let that sink in. They have a 15-point difference against the fucking Jets. And you allow 23 points in the fourth quarter. What are you doing there? Are you growing weed at the stadium and smoking it? What is happening?
I got nothing to say. I'm done. I mean, I was shocked by this outcome. And it was so funny, like on chat. I was listening to the commentary in Chat Sports. the Bengals chat sports guy, he had to put on a clown costume saying, "What am I? I'm the Bengals."
Oh no.
It was bad.
Oh no. I met a Bengals guy at a bar yesterday, who's also on my in my MBA class. I feel so bad for him. That guy, he needs. At least he's a Michigan guy, so or I mean, he's an Ohio guy, but he is studying at Michigan, so he's Michigan Wolverine. Anyways, yeah, Joe Flacco is still. He still has it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. Sorry. Patriots, Browns. Okay, here's a record that happened during this game. Patriots win 32-13. That's not the record. The record is Myles Garrett had 5 sacks. He breaks an NFL record for having the most number of sacks while being on the losing team, losing by more than 3 points. These shitheads in the Browns, quite literally, lost by 19 points. Myles Garrett. And then he got frustrated. But this goes back to Myles Garrett. Why didn't you leave? You signed the contract. You know what this team is. You know you have the firsthand knowledge as to the shitty position the Browns are in. They suck overall. They have no quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is not the answer. Shadur Sanders, not the answer. Deshaun fucking Watson is definitely not the answer.
It's bad, man. Overall, so bad.
I don't know what you do. You had a good thing in Baker Mayfield, but you ruined him. I mean, you ruined your relationship with him. So this is the karma that you have to acknowledge, Cleveland Browns. All righty, let's move on, shall we? Oh.
All right.
Baltimore Ravens, Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears, the Bears. The Bears.
Oh, no call, no restraint.
No respect for those orange and blue bootlickers.
Tell us how you really feel.
They are worthless pieces of crap. Even the Chicago fans hate them. Okay, they have no place in the NFL. They are worthless. They are only meant to be built on, and whipped on. That is what this team deserves. Because every year they think they're football savior. They think they have their football Jesus. They don't. They have a worthless excuse for a quarterback, and they suffer. They suffer permanently. That's exactly what happened. Even without Lamar Jackson, they lose by 14 points to the Baltimore Ravens. 14 points. How? How do you let that happen? I'll tell you how. Because Ben Johnson's entire offense is entirely predicated on a good rushing offense. When you look at the Detroit Lions, what were they phenomenal at? Not the dumbass trick plays. It's running the football. They had Jahmyr Gibbs. They had one of the best run-blocking offensive lines in the league. Sonic and Knuckles, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. They were amazing at running the football. And what do we always say, Rakshat? When you have a fantastic run game, you can use it to build off the pass game, right? That's exactly what the Lions did. That's exactly what the Lions do now. That's exactly what the Bears are trying to do. But guess what? They suck. They permanently suck. They will always suck. They are the suckiest team. Last game. Colts versus Titans. Colts win 38-14. Indiana Jones continues his MVP campaign, but he's not the real MVP of the league. Jonathan Taylor is. This is the 4th time he has had 3+ rushing touchdowns in the season. 4th game of 3+ rushing touchdowns. The man is on a mission. You know what his total rushing yards are so far?
You know what?
I'm gonna say 8 Sorry, go ahead.
No. You know what? Like I was about to ask you to tell me what the number is because I have a beat the dome moment. I have a strong one.
8 games, 850 yards, 12 touchdowns off of 140 rushing attempts, 43 rushing attempts. That's that's nearly 6 yards per attempt.
That O-line, baby, it's working well.
There is a famous picture. Sorry, go ahead. While you continue, I'll bring up the picture.
And you said it was like around 800 rushing yards, right? If he continues
850.
If he's at 850, you know what? I will beat the dome moment at you here. Eagles fans, do not get pissed at me because I have a strong take. I think he beat Saquon Barkley for that rushing title. Like what Saquon did last year, I think Jonathan Taylor ups it up.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they're playing and no one being able to stop the run, I think Jonathan Taylor could break Eric Dickerson's record. I think if he gets if Jonathan Taylor has like a 200, 300 rushing yard game, he's showing strong intention to do that, man. I can actually see that happening. He's like, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. Let me pull up that image. Okay. This was the offense. This was the hole that Jonathan Taylor was running through. Yeah. Look at this. Look that anyone can. What the hell is that?
I'm Moses.
Parting
That's
the
literally
Red
what he
Sea.
did. He parted the Red Sea.
That's exactly what it is. That's Daniel Jones. That is Jonathan Taylor with the football. This is the entirety of the offensive line. For reference, the distance between the two hashes is like 15 or 20 yards. No, not 15 yards. Sorry. Actually, hold up. Let's bring this.
Oh my God, we just got an upset in college football. We have an upset in college football. Number 10, Miami just lost to SMU unranked 20-26.
Wow. No way. All right. So the NFL hash marks difference is 18.5 feet. 18 feet. That is 6 yards. That is how much distance he had. 6 yards of width. Oh, breaking news. Panthers elevate Rico Dowdle as the lead rusher versus the Packers.
Oh, no. Come on. You should have done that earlier.
So, yeah, that is my Punch Minute. That went way longer than Punch Minute. So, you continue.
All right. So, we're doing the NFC games. Please keep me updated on this one, my friend. So, with that being said, let us start with which one? Oh, my goodness. I am blanking out. Houston Texans versus the San Francisco 49ers. I thought the Niners were going to steamroll this Texans O-line, but apparently not. CJ Stroud, over 300 yards of passing and 2 scores. It's an upset, and good job. And good job for them. And I think, unfortunately, with the Niners, the injuries are beginning to catch up. And I don't know when Brock Purdy is going to come back, but I think so far Mac Jones has done a pretty good job. I mean, he's done decent, but not orbit. And next, Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. Tampa Bay wins 23-3. Bucs defense, they just dominated. Saints had multiple turnovers. I mean, I like Panthers, and like the Bucs are like, you can put us all into injury bugs, but screw you guys. We're gonna score we're gonna dominate y'all. And luckily they're playing the NFC South, so it's like, and I'm hearing that Jalen McMillan is on. I think he may be a bit on IR because of some injury to the neck. Apparently, that's why I saw some news on Bulls. So it's like you got to rely a lot on Godwin and Egbuka now, or Scotty Miller. And I would not be surprised if Bucky Irving gets some snaps. So maybe you'll see some innovations from there. And then another one we had was, I think he covered nearly everyone. But I think that's good enough for me. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Washington Commanders. Stop me when you've heard this one. The Evil Empire is back.
Yes, they are.
Commanders 7. It was originally 7-7 by halftime, but then again, you had Marcus Mariota as your quarterback. Pat Mahomes threw for 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, decisive game. And I think it's now, and I think this is like where the point where it's like, oh, now the Chiefs are beginning to build back their offense. Not that much of like stat-wise projection, but I know like Travis Kelce had a couple of good looks. Defense for the Commanders is just bad. It is bad. And I will say this. I'm okay with getting like older players like as to fill up from free agency and whatnot, but sometimes it doesn't work out. You got to also trust on the young talent. And luckily, Jaden Daniels is coming back. I would have loved to see Jaden Daniels versus
Patrick Mahomes
to see what the young and the old would look like, but we didn't get to. And so we saw old.
Mahomes isn't that old, but yes. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. This game did not entice me. It's like, oh, I thought it was going to be a close game. Nope. Nothing happening. Nothing new. What else is new? Anyway, that's all I got. I don't hope I'm not missing any games.
Nope, you are good. Let's go on to the Week 9 preview.
Oh, what was your Masala moment of the game? Of the season?
Oh, yeah. Masala moment of the week. I
already know what mine is. That Jahan Dotson moss cap. The Jahan Dotson mossing over that defender catch.
Oh, I know which one I have. Oh, which one
It
is the Christian Watson catch.
Ooh, he throws a deep pass. Oh my God, in double coverage.
That's beautiful. So it's on 3rd and 7. We're down 5 points at the end of the third quarter. We're at our 40-yard line. It seems to me that Jordan Love's in shotgun formation. They hike the ball, and it's a boot rollout concept. But there is no one in front. It's a complete except for Tucker Kraft there. They're not going to get the first down. So the play was designed to go deep, but for some inexplicable reason, I thought that Jordan Love was just I thought he mistimed it and just completely just chucked it up there to whoever was available in the vicinity. But no, when you look at the actual pass, it was very, very precise. He knew exactly where he wanted to thread the football, right behind. Obviously, people are saying, oh, but, if this guy was farther back, then the pass would have been intercepted. Well, if this guy was farther back, the pass would not have been thrown.
Yeah. I mean,
so
Jordan Love wouldn't make that throw. He'd just find Tucker Kraft and then watch that man rumble someone else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Or he would probably just throw it out.
It's like you have option A. Would you like to have A get run over by Tucker Kraft, or would you like to get B?
Save your life.
Yeah. I mean, the choice is yours.
Make a business decision.
That's what NFL players are doing now these days. Business decisions. But yeah.
So yeah, that was my play of the week, and that's why Jordan Love was the NFC Offensive Player of the Year.
Hell yeah. Welcome back.
All righty. Let's
Can I go
move
first
on
on this one for week 9?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because the Eagles are officially on a bye week. And luckily needed, we're getting some players back. Nolan Smith Jr. coming back from IR, which really helps off. And Nakobe Dean coming back last week, which I beg the question. I saw Nakobe Dean having more snaps than Jahad Campbell. I don't want to see that. I would rather have it rotated properly. We'll talk about that more when we do next week. But happy for Brandon Graham. He's coming back probably as a mentor role. I don't want to have him take too many snaps. And the Eagles made a trade for Michael Carter Jr. because for this corner room. I think according to Diana Rossini and all that, I've been looking at reports. They've been looking at Jermaine Johnson and or Myles Garrett. I know everyone's gonna say like, go give up 3 first-rounders for Myles Garrett. I don't know, man. Is he worth it? I wouldn't risk it because how he's done so far, the past few years, he's done really good in drafting for the first round. 2021, Devontae Smith. 2022, the Jordan Davis and trading up for AJ Brown. 2023, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. 2024, Quinyon Mitchell. 2025, Jahad Campbell. I think that's going pretty well. I'd rather not risk. I'd look for someone like a Jermaine Johnson and or Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. I will look somewhere to help increase that offensive outside linebacker edge rusher role. Or you could trade a late round pick for Calais Campbell. I would be okay with it because depth is what we need at best. And Michael Carter, that's where I'm like, I could have gone for Denzel Ward, but let's see what the Vic Fangio system is going to try and accompany. But for offensive wise, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I hope AJ Brown can stop fucking tweeting every single goddamn time because it's really annoying. And I heard that the Patriots tried to give Kayshon Boutte a second round and a first round to the Eagles. Fuck no, it ain't happening because if the Eagles trade away AJ Brown this season, we'd be eating a $90 million dead cap. It's not going to work. It will not work financially. So you can kiss. So Diana Rossini, you can kiss all your AJ Brown fantasies goodbye. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to do shit. It's not going to do shit. That is all I can say.
All righty. Let's get started with our. Okay, so Packers are facing the Panthers. And the Panthers. Yes, it's a win. Yes, it's a win. I just need to be careful, though, because the Packers have a tendency of completely and inexplicably playing down to their opponents.
You got to bring up the T-word?
Huh?
T-word, trap game?
Yeah, I do not want this to be another trap game. Okay? So I need the Packers to be serious because the Panthers technically have a decent offense from a statistical standpoint, and their rushing offense is also pretty decent. They are one of the best teams at gaining yards before contact per attempt. They're in the top half. And in terms of yards after contact per attempt, they are in the top 10. They're actually 9th. Now, good for us that we have one of the best rushing defenses in the league. Only 3.7 yards per attempt allowed, only 3 touchdowns on the year allowed. And we are not that, we are actually pretty good defense from that sense. So what we do have to worry about is if the offense stalls and it shows up as a week 1 offense, like a first half offense all over again, and then the Panthers somehow keep it close within like 6 points, and the Packers somehow find a way. I think like 9 times out of 10 we're winning. I don't want this to be a close game, okay? This is our opportunity to take the momentum that we had at the end of the Steelers game and run it up to a factor of 10. Get us a 50 burger, LaFleur. Get us a 50 burger like Lions have had. The Lions destroyed the Browns 52 something. That is what we need. Trust Jordan Love. Throw the football around. The Panthers are not a good team, despite what their record says. They don't have a strong defense. When you look at EPA per play, they're 23rd overall in the league. In terms of passing success rate, in terms of passing EPA per play, they're 20th, and rushing EPA per play, they are 21st. So they're not really that great. We need to consistently and effectively take what we did in the second half, copy C, control C, control V against the Panthers. It won't be that high because the Steelers defense is somehow worse than the Panthers in many respects. But I think this is a game that we should not take lightly because we need to show the league that our record of 5-1-1 actually means 5-1-1.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. This should be a win. I think we'll win 31-15.
Nice.
There might be like a garbage time touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But yeah. All right, on to the Masala games of the week. I'll be pretty brief because you have the important one. I will say I will take the Sea Chickens and the Commanders. This is the first game that Jaden Daniels is back for after a long time. The Commanders surprisingly have a very good and very potent rushing offense. They're the second best in the league in terms of yards after contact and top 10 in yards before contact.
Oh.
However, the Seahawks have the best defense in the league against the run. 3.3 rushing yards per attempt. Fewest yards allowed overall at 530. Second highest expected points contributed by the Seahawks defense, rushing defense. And then when you look at EPA per dropback, the Seahawks are number 1. And in the passing game, that is where they suffer. The Seahawks are not as great. So if you are the Commanders, it is time to lean on Jaden Daniels and your receivers. Unfortunately for you, Scary Terry is not going to be available. I think he's listed as questionable, but he did not practice on Friday. And it looks like he's probably going to be ruled out. Actually, let me check if there's any.
Oh, there's an update on this. This, according to Adam Schefter, Seattle secondary will take a hit. Safety Julian Love will miss at least 4 weeks after being placed on IR. Tight end Eric Saubert is being placed on IR.
Ooh, and Scary Terry is out. So your number 1 receiver is Deebo Samuel. Actually, so this is going to be very interesting. I don't think neither teams. Well, actually, the Seahawks should run the football more because the Commanders have a really, really bad defense, especially from a rushing standpoint. But I want to see what the game plan is from the Commanders against this Seahawks defense, because is it going to be a lot of quick throws and take advantage of making that defensive line and that front seven tired by running a lot of RPOs, by running plays from shotgun, by running under center boot and play action? But the problem is, for a lot of those type of plays, you need to have an effective run game. Otherwise, the fake that is supposed to be elicited by those type of plays are not going to be that effective if the defense knows that you're just going to throw the ball because you can't run the football. So I don't know how effective they'll be running. They might go a lot in 22 personnel and you utilize jumbo package for running, right? A lot of probably I formation or running inside zone or duo, something that gets multiple blockers against the Seattle defense so that you can open up potential lanes. I don't think it's going to be 5-on-5 rushing. I think it's probably going to be like 7-on-6 or 7-on-5 at that point. So the Commanders don't really have that great of an offensive line for rushing, but right where they excel is their running backs in open space, right? Bill Krosky-Merritt and Jeremy McNichols are very elusive running backs who in open space they can generate some yards. So, and you also have Jaden Daniels coming back, who's also very good at generating yards in open space. So it's going to be interesting. I think they probably for the first quarter they try and run the football as much as they can, but I think they should personally stick with a short passing game or intermediate passing game, something that creates conflict for the defense and the secondary by running a lot of crossing routes, boot play action, get Jaden Daniels out in space away from the Seahawks defensive line, and make sure that he's also protected against potentially getting sacked 18 billion times behind the Commanders' offensive line. So, yeah, I think the Commanders win, but I would not be surprised if the City Chickens pull off a victory because their defense would keep them in the game and the offense would find a way to not shit the bed and actually perform well. I think Sam Darnold has quietly been performing pretty well on the season. We don't really hear about his name a lot in conversations, but when you look at this is surprising. This is very surprising.
What's up?
Sam Darnold has not been talked about in the media.
He's been pretty good so far.
He's been pretty good. He's 4th in the league in EPA plus CPOE composite. That's better than Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, and Daniel Jones. In terms of adjusted EPA per play, Sam Darnold is at 5th in the league. EPA per play, 5th. Success rate, 6th. Completion percentage, 6th. Expected completion percentage, 2nd. So in terms of CPOE, he's 4th in the league. Even it's not like he doesn't he's not a check down artist either. He's number 1 in the league in air yards, 9.6 air yards per attempt. So, wow, I'm shocked. I am legitimately shocked. Sam Darnold is not being talked about enough. And this is Sunday Night Football. So this is like his time to shine. This is his time to show that he's as great as the statistics say in bright lights. And hell, I think this changes my progression. I think prediction. I think Seahawks win.
Oh,
okay. I think he outduels Jaden Daniels.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yep. Well, I apologize, all Seahawks fans. If you guys are screaming for my head, I apologize. You were right. Sam Darnold is playing excellent football. He's playing like a top 10 quarterback, top 5 quarterback sometimes. So we'll see. All right, up to you. Now, score prediction. Seahawks win 26-23.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I think I'll go for like the usual 27-24. I just don't think the Commanders' defense is like very enticing. And that offensive line, especially with like a lot of the injuries that it's taken, it's just bad. It's just bad.
Exactly. All right, go ahead.
Now
game.
for my game of the week, I got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Again, a rivalry that keeps on feeding. If Cam was there, he'd be wrapping it all up.
Yes.
And I would say this. It is going to be a hell of a showdown. Chiefs, 3-game winning streak. Their defense is clicking. Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. Yes, they're going to be with that Josh Simmons and Omar Norman lot, yeah, it's very, very good. And they're going to be also without Trey Smith as well. But you know what? The Chiefs have that devil magic. It's what it is. Bills, yes, you came back after taking the ever-living shit out of the Panthers 40-9 after dominating in the run game. Josh Allen, he's been trying to get back through his consistency, trying to find it. But when your run game is strong, you don't need to do that much. And now, here's the thing. Maxwell Hairston, he's going to be getting more playing time now. However, there are some injuries. Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, and TJ Sanders, both of them have been out, all on that defensive line. And I think this is going to be a long day. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Josh Allen. If I'm the Chiefs, here's what I can do. Run the ball, control the clock with Isaiah Pacheco and or Kareem Hunt. I don't see any problem with doing that because the Bills' D-line is injured to hell. That's all you could do. You're pressuring more on their corners, and you're depending upon like a rookie like in Harrison to go up against the likes of like Worthy, Rice, and hell, even Travis Kelce. That's like a tall order to ask. And if I'm on the Chiefs' defense, the Bills' O-line has allowed a higher number of sacks than in the previous years. And what are the 3 things that can kill games? Turnovers, sacks, and penalties in any offense that can kill offensive drives. The Bills, if that's allowing, I don't see the reason for Steve Spagnuolo to go after and unleash the hounds. I could see Parsons, which they have like another edge, and they bring in George Karlaftis to come and harass that Bills O-line. But if I'm the Bills, there's a way to win this game. Run the ball with James Cook. You have to get the run game early and nonstop. You do not let it go. And with James Cook, when you're controlling the clock and you're keeping Mahomes in the bench, that's what makes it work. And Josh Allen doesn't need to do that much. Yes, you're working with the likes of Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, and maybe some points Dawson Knox, but you got to give Josh Allen a little bit more of a break or run that ball with James Cook. And you also need Josh Allen to play hero ball because I don't know what the hell the Bills defense. I don't want to go more on the stats because I don't know fully enough on this one, but I will say this. It is going to be more of an offensive shootout. And I think it depends upon whoever has the last ball and makes the last bits of plays. I hate to say this for Bills fans because I technically live in Bills country. I think the Chiefs will win this game. I think they will win this game 30-27. They'll drain the clock. Harrison Bryant is going to get something.
Okay.
And they have better health. And that's what their advantage is.
No, dude. I don't know. Okay. Alrighty. That's gonna be it for us today. If you guys have enjoyed, please leave us a review at one of the 4 podcast platforms that we host our podcast on: Apple, Google, Spotify, and Pocket Casts, or Black Shark.
They're also on YouTube, so make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon for more notifications. We're also on our social media platforms, Twitter/X, Instagram, and Threads at NFL Masala 2022, all lowercase. That is at NFL Masala 2022, all lowercase.
And now we're going to hit you guys with their signature outro. Go, Pack, go.
And fly, Eagles, fly. Take care and have a good day.